Texas has bludgeoned so many teams. It only has 3 saves on the year. Smith has 2 of them. He'll face TJ Friedl. Payoff to right center. Reds win it. India around third. He scores the first walk-off of 2023 as the Reds take the opener with Texas 7-6.
What a feeling that must be for TJ Friedl. We're going to talk to him about it momentarily. NTT Ballpark Cam taking us out to Great American Ballpark. You see some of the Reds pitchers loosening up, getting ready for the game. It's the Mets at the Reds. This is an early one, a 12:35 Eastern start. It's Kodai Senga going for the New York Mets. It's Derek Law, the Cincinnati righty, going for the Reds as well. All right, TJ Friedl is there at NTT Ballpark Cam. Joining me now, we appreciate the time as always. TJ, thanks. I want to take you back to that moment on April 24th. Your first career walk-off hit against the Rangers. It ended up being a 7-6 Cincinnati win. How does a moment like that, what goes through your head?
It was definitely a special moment for me in that opportunity. I was just looking for a good pitch to hit. At first I was trying to get Indy over, move him over just into scoring position, and then as soon as he got to second, I was just looking for a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
Yeah, Will Smith is a good closer, too. So you're talking about wanting to move Jonathan India over, and you end up, doing exactly what you want to do, but you moved him all the way over to home plate, giving yourself the win. How do you, as a hitter, and you're in a situation like that, how do you not do too much? How do you, just kind of slow the game down and stay within yourself?
Yeah, especially in those big moments, you kind of just got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and like you said, just try not to do too much. Just get a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it, and let the game play out.
All right, May 6th, you end up having a career-high 4 RBI game. How did you know that you were locked in at the plate? Is it a certain feeling? Is it an ability to kind of adjust within the at-bat? How do you feel when you're locked in that well?
Yeah, early on in that game, I remember it, very vividly. I had a couple tough at-bats there, and I had India and a couple other guys come up to me and, just remind me there's a lot of ball game left. And so, it's just one of those things, you stick to your approach, just wait for a good pitch to hit, stay aggressive, and, once you get that pitch, just put a good swing on it for sure.
I love this story. September 19th, 2021, you come off the bench, a pinch hit situation. You end up getting a home run off of Tony Gonsolin of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and it was Mookie Betts, the MVP Mookie Betts type of guy that gets the ball back for you and then ends up giving the guy that caught it his bat. Tell me more about that moment, if you will.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Still to this day, one of the best days of my life. Coming off the bench, pinch hit, I got a good fastball. Ended up hitting a home run, running around the bases, kind of blacked out a little bit, and I didn't know what happened until after the game. I had the ball sitting in my locker, and I kind of thought the fans just threw it back. And our clubhouse manager actually told me the story. He said, "No, Mookie asked for that ball back, and he traded one of his bats for that ball." And so I was able to talk to Mookie after the game, just say thank you, just how selfless that was in that moment of him to recognize that was my first hit, first home run. And for him to trade one of his bats to get my ball back was very special.
Yeah, that's a very cool story. Now, am I right in saying that you went to the University of Kentucky? Because I know you're cousins with John Calipari. And did you and Mookie go together to Kentucky to tell that story?
So I actually, that was in Las Vegas. That's where I live in the off season. And Kentucky was playing in the CBS Classic in Las Vegas. And I was talking to Calipari, and he told me he invited Mookie and his family to come out. And I wasn't sure if they were going to come or not. And so I was sitting there with my wife behind the Kentucky bench, and I look across the court, and Mookie was there with his family. And so I was like, man, that's awesome. That's really cool. And after the game, they actually pulled me, my wife, Mookie, and his family into the locker room. And I got to, talk to Mookie, thank him in person for what he did. And then Calipari actually told the story to his team and talked about the selflessness of Mookie in that moment, and how someone with the name of Mookie Betts could do that for someone like me was incredible. And so it was a cool message to the Kentucky team and a special moment for me for sure.
Hey, don't put yourself down like that. You're a big leaguer, TJ Friedl. I know Mookie's special, but you're playing on the same field that he is too. All right, undrafted free agent out of the University of Nevada. I want to know, or undrafted free agent, you were signed by the Rizzo in 2016. You played college ball at Nevada. Tell me what that experience was like for you, kind of some of your favorite moments there.
Yeah, those are definitely some amazing moments in my life. University of Nevada, Reno is a beautiful campus right next to Lake Tahoe, and just playing there and forming those relationships, with those guys, things I'll remember. Even a lot of those guys I'm still best friends with to this day, and just having those memories, playing through college, going through a lot of big moments with those guys was definitely something special.
All right, let's talk about your club here for a little bit. You guys have an opportunity to win the series against the New York Mets. How are you going to get it done today? What needs to happen after you've scouted these guys a bit?
Yeah, I think, everyone is just going to keep doing what they're doing, taking good at-bats, getting a good pitch to hit, getting on base, running the bases hard like we always do. Our pitching staff, our bullpen's been amazing, our starting pitcher's been amazing. So I think it's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it.
Okay, you guys have struggled in games in which it's just a one-run loss. So you're in every game, it seems like, but you got to find a way to get over the hump. Is that a discussion? I mean, is that something that you guys know that needs to be worked on?
I think it's just part of baseball. We had some one-run games that didn't go our way, and it's a long season. And I think, we've been battling. We've been in every game. We've had a tough schedule up to this point, and we've been in just about every game. So I feel like, throughout a long season, we're going to get those games, and those run-one games are going to start going our way.
All right, you have played really well all season long, TJ, but particularly this last week has been very good offensively for you. Has something changed? Have you noticed anything?
No, I don't think, my approach is still the same. I'm just looking for a good pitch, get a pitch up in the zone, and just staying aggressive at the plate. I wouldn't say anything's changed in the past week or so. Same routine, same approach, just letting the game play out.
All right, it's been great to get to know you a little bit. I love the story about Mookie, but don't forget you're a big leaguer too, okay?
Yeah, I got you. I know. It was just a special moment.
No doubt about it. We always appreciate your time. Enjoy the game today. Good luck.
All right. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.